All right, yeah, we're good to go. First of all, the music today has been absolutely great. I have to absolutely say the rap has been fantastic. I'm personally a big fan of rap myself. The only thing I usually don't understand is that some of the lyrics seem a bit obvious from time to time. Like 99 problems and a bitch ain't one. Everyone who's dated kinda knows that you can't have a girlfriend and only have 99 problems. I mean, first of all, you don't cook enough, but you also don't take her out to dinner enough. You play too many video games and you don't click with her mother enough. You also presume to know too much about her, but you don't listen to her enough. And mind you, this is all going on at breakfast, so you still haven't had time to prematurely ejaculate in her and bring up that whole world of problems. So, as you guys might have noticed, I'm single. And so I assume other people are too. Yeah, someone down there, you, good. So I assume you watch a lot of porn. And so now a big fad in porn is just kind of like amateur. They're just trying to keep it real. But I really wish they would make it a little bit more real. Because like I kind of want some like 10 years of marriage, you're kind of sick of each other porn. Like the guy just comes to bed, it's like, hey babe, and she's like, not tonight. And then he just pokes her a bit more, and she goes, no, I have a headache. And then they just kind of struggle for a bit more, and they have really disappointing sex for a bit, and then it's over. I mean, that's the kind of porn I want to watch. But yeah, I know. It's satisfying, it's real, and it makes you a little bit sad at the end. That's what I want to watch. Because everyone tries to keep it a little bit more real now, like Facebook. Like, people think Facebook is a little bit too involved in your lives, but I don't think it is enough. I think it should be more involved in our relationships. I think you should keep track of your pictures. Like, first of all, as a guy, if you're going out way too much with your friends, it should just be Sarah's rethinking this relationship. It should also probably keep track of your weight. So if Sarah on her end keeps on eating a little bit too much, if she passes a certain level, Facebook automatically goes, this relationship is complicated. So technology it does stuff like that. And Facebook, it makes you connect with people you really don't want to that much, but you stick to it. Because, like, you hate a lot of fucking people every now and then. And sometimes, like, you'll just sit down and think about people and hate them. Just randomly, because that's what you do as a person. And Facebook lets you hate them even more. Like, you hate this one guy, and then you'll just look at his pictures, and you pass through them, and you're like, yeah, I fucking hate you. Of course you'd do that. Of course you'd go here. Of course you'd hate that. But, of course, you never hate people more than you hate people in traffic. Like, people are surprisingly forgiving. Like, you could have an abusive parent. Like, you could be a mother who's a complete alcoholic. She abuses her children forever, but when she's on her deathbed, you're like, yes, I forgive you, mother. But then at the same point, when you're having this heart-to-heart, someone reminds you, hey, remember that guy who cut you off while we were driving here? Like, yeah, fuck that guy. He was a piece of shit. And the thing, too, in traffic, like, it's the only point where you just need to see the person. You need to hate them. You're driving and they cut you off and you need to speed up. You need to look at them. You're like, oh, I need to look at this motherfucker. And the other guy's like, yeah, let's look at that son of a bitch. And then you look at him and you're like, it's a girl. And then you're like, yeah, oh, of course, she's a fucking bitch. And then it's like a horrid, like, that's the only thing we could never forgive people for. The things they do in traffic. We would murder people. It's horrid, especially here. That's what surprised. Everyone here in Vegas will agree that the people who drive on the roads during traffic hour are assholes. Everyone agrees with that, but no one claims to be the asshole themselves. So who are they? Who are these mystery assholes that keep driving around everywhere, cutting everyone off, and being a dick? I don't know, but it's some of you. It's some of you. There you go. There she is. Of course you're not. Yeah, so people never shut the fuck up about traffic. Like, they'll talk about the same thing every single day. It's kind of like people who smoke weed and just don't shut the fuck up about legalizing weed. Like, yes, we all know. Everyone here is, probably half of the people here are high. We know. It's all okay. And, like, weed is also the only drug that's, like, socially acceptable to have, like, a holiday and celebrate. Even the time, it's like 420. Everyone's like, yeah, that's great. But you really can't have a time, or you can't really celebrate cocaine. It's not really cool to do an excessive amount of cocaine like it is to do weed. You could roll a big-ass blunt and smoke it and pass out, and everyone thinks it's okay. If you roll a line of cocaine big enough that you need a scooter and like a little toilet paper roll to like do, like you're probably dead anyways. And so I'm checking out the notes here. So hopefully that'll change. Yeah, weed will probably be legal at some point, but it takes so much to do anything in this goddamn country. I mean, even our first president, George Washington, was kind of against slavery, but it still took 15 more presidents after him to get rid of that. I know. George Washington himself owned 124 slaves. So when you think about that, and people like idolize your founding fathers so much, and I really hope that like George Washington, we could invent some weird time machine where we could have George Washington come up and meet Barack Obama and just have things come up. Because you know the first thing that they'd probably say if George Washington and Barack Obama met, he'd be like, "Boy, where's your master?" And then that would just make things go really poorly for everyone involved. But then again, you'd also like to think that George Washington would have a great time right now. Like, they were very, like, Puritan and reserved, and I would just love to watch George Washington sit down on the internet and look at Two Girls, One Cup, and just see what our founding fathers had to say about that. Yeah, I think he'd like it. I think he'd get a little freaky, for sure. And let's see, what else do we have here? We have more stuff. Yeah, we do. Just a little bit more. So this other game that we usually like to play, because I have an incredibly dirty mind, it's the only thing I'm actually gifted for, that I could make anything absolutely filthy. So we could take any just standard sounding, just noun, verb, anything, and just make it a sexual position that doesn't exist. So I'll ask somebody here, just name anything that could sound like the least sexual thing ever, and we will turn that into a sexual position. Anyone, go. Say something. No, not a verb. No. Huh? What? Trombone. A trombone. Well, that's pretty easy. We have the rusty trombone. Okay, another one that's not a trombone. Hash brown. Hash brown. Okay, I like that. So, we know the hash browns are a little bit flaky. They're a little bit toasted. So, so that has to come out with a little bit of asshole hair. Asshole hair is usually a little toasty. And usually have it in your breakfast. It's the best way to start your day. Nothing wakes you up like good hash browns, and nothing wakes you up like good cunnilingus and analingus. So that'll be your hash brown right there. You just singe it a little bit with the lighter first to get that nice toasty burnt smell in the morning. And then, you just lick it up and start your day up straight. Anyone else want to turn something that they think is normal into a dirty sexual position? No one? Got it? All right, okay. We have the sign to close up right now. So that was it for today. We'll be back next week, next Thursday. All right, so thank you. Yeah.